Native American.
Ladies and gentlemen. Almost didn't want to come out. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching GEEKCASTER, everything sci-fi, fantasy, and pop culture commentary. You're hearing the voice of 7 technical difficulties because we're live, but we keep it moving. We've got Drew. What's going on, Drew?
We're getting to summer out here. If you guys hear any buzzing or noise in the back, sorry, that's the AC. It was one of those days, y'all. I'm very frugal with my AC, but today I'm like, no, we're turning it on.
Making it happen.
So,
and then we got Corey. What's going on, Corey?
Staying cool.
All right, let's jump in. Let's jump in because we have a lot to discuss. Mortal Kombat. You guys saw it. Are we giving it a thumbs up, thumbs down? How you feeling about it?
Well, considering it was a weird thing that we saw the 90s one way back when, the first Mortal Kombat movie, I thought for an adaptation of a video game wasn't bad for its time.
Mm-hmm.
It had Robin Show. It had Corey, what was his name? Late actor. He passed away not too long ago. But the guy that played Shang Tsung, he was Money.
Yeah.
He was a good villain. And it was, the first one was good. Second one, Annihilation, came out. It was terrible.
Right.
We hated it. Except for the soundtrack. The soundtrack was kind of fire, but the movie itself was garbage.
Right.
And with this new one, the reboot, first one, it was a little rough. I didn't hate it, but it was a little rough.
Right.
Second one comes around and then kind of blows it out of the park. It adds to everything that was in the first one, fixes things that didn't quite work, and it does kind of, I think, interesting things with the tournament fighting movie format, to where you could have side games going on as the actual fights are taking place, side hustles, basically. It was dope. I enjoyed it. Thumbs up.
You know, I thought we were going to go in the same place. Thumbs down. I thought that it suffered from the same thing Annihilation did. There were good moments. Like, they did things differently. Like, they actually made it a Mortal Kombat in a way. But there were a lot of things. I was pretty much bored the entire time. I thought I was going to get more. I thought it was going to be exciting. But it just didn't hit for me.
Okay. I guess. I disagree, but I guess.
Oh, we got to have a spoiler conversation then.
Yeah, we can wait for you. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but like we can go into particulars and I'll compare. We can compare and contrast both sets of movies in that one. So whenever you're ready, whenever the embargo is up, we can chop that one up.
I figured we could maybe show after next. We could just go into it with all these because people have seen like a spoiler alert edition, like really breaking it down. We could do that. Yeah, that sounds good. All right, so let's move on to the boys because we really waited a while to make sure everyone got to the end to talk about this. And there were problems. There were things that people were excited about. There was boredom, I've heard, and also personally felt like, okay, you're really stretching this out to make all the episodes to get the paper. But what do you guys say? And let's go into that. The boys. Overall, were you happy with it? And was this what you expected?
Just like Game of Thrones Season 8, it was only one way everything could have ended. And they went that direction. And I think, like you're saying, it took a long time for us to get there. I thought the ending satisfaction was there. Just the road to the ending was a little... needs a lot more work. I want to rewatch it again.
So my thing with the boys, it crumbled under its own weight. It imploded. I think when it comes to the writing, the ending points that they for the last season, the plot points that they hit for the last season were okay. But to back up what Corey said, the road there was a slog, man. It was slow. It had no real momentum. They tried to have a lot of these last-minute emotional beats before certain characters get nicked out the frame, certain people get taken off the census, as it said. The ending itself, I get it. Endings are hard. It's the ending that I think was fitting for the boys' television show. However, not only was the road messy to get there to that last stretch, but they did a lot of like damage with how they executed it. It's so much so to where it negates the worth of Gen V. Gen V is pointless now. I'm sorry. Gen V has no purpose now. All that hyping of Marie and the squad, as much as we may like them, because I do like that little band of Scoobies, but all that hyping that Marie got, you're the chosen one, Marie. You're the strongest, Marie, for nothing.
That's
for
true.
nothing.
That's true.
For nothing. She did nothing at the end. It was pointless at the end for her to even be there. They get their little cameo spot in this last season, but it's like they're hiding out. They're laying low. They don't join in any battles. They didn't. I thought they were gonna kick in and like have this whole side episode where they were doing their own thing, like how they did with one shots.
Right.
Maybe there's an episode just focused on what the Gen V kids were doing in this last stretch of the series. No. Nope. Nothing. So Gen V is useless now because of that. And I feel like I'm trying to avoid that, but it's like I think when it comes to like the boys and the focus for this last season, they spent a lot more time doing the thing that they spent 4 or 5 seasons making fun of, which is teasing the next series. There's all this setup for what's going to be Vought Rising, because that's why they show Bomb Sight. That's why they focus so much on freaking who's our guy? Soldier Boy
for
his
the spinoff
with Stormfront for the spinoff, because I'm like, dude, this is y'all are trying to hype us up to go back and retread some stuff that, like I said before, we know this already. We know Vought's history already, so now we want to go back and see it and all the degenerate crap that they were doing back then with Soldier Boy back in his heyday. I'm like, that's what y'all are focused on now, so the rest of the series gets to suffer. So I don't know. It's like, I'll buy if they make a box series, I'll buy it. But the boys, I'm kind of done with it, bro. I don't even care about Vought Rising now. I don't give a crap.
Right.
I probably won't be watching it. I don't care.
I think I will, because I think Gen V will play a bigger part. I think they're holding their firepower for the next series. I think that's what happened. They were like, let's just nix this, add this to the next series, because that's going to be a little bit more interesting just to keep the paper rolling. And I'll see where it goes.
But to Drew's point, if it's I would like to co-sign that. You built us up and then you put all the air out the tire. So we already know where it lands, right? It's not like you left us on a high where it's like, wow, I wonder how this started. And you kept giving glimpses of the debauchery and the craziness where we know already. We already have a feeling, the gist of how we got here. So now you filling in the blanks. You know, one of the problems with the Star Wars universe is, of course, doing too much, right? But there was all this space of not knowing that people could fill in. And I feel that with the boys, we get the basic gist.
All that potential that you would have with the potential real estate that you have with, I'd say, more the Gen V. Where the future, they're the next generation of heroes that we may or not see become villains, heroes, or just die. I like that unknown, as opposed to all this previous history that we already know gets us to the main series. It can't the main series can't happen unless all this other stuff from the 50s and so on happened already. We know this is going to be a thing. It's retreading known ground. So I don't care. They kind of like took the piss out of it for me.
Yeah, but that's exactly.
But they took the piss out of it for me.
But that's exactly why I made the equivalent to Game of Thrones, because we had, House of Dragons, and then, what was the other one that just came out? Something about 7 Kingdoms.
The new one people love, it's the Night of the however many kingdoms?
Yeah, Night of the 7 Kingdoms,
how many kingdoms are, and people like those other shows, but that just, I don't know.
It's following the same trend.
It's the same pattern, but I would say with Game of Thrones, like, their focus was just, we don't care anymore because we're going off to this other project that's going to be a success. And then after the backlash from those series as well, it was, okay, we've been humbled. Let's go back and make 2 other things that are oriented in the Game of Thrones universe to make up for what the hell we just did.
Right.
It's slightly different. The Boys is kind of, time will tell on it, but you're not necessarily wrong there too. It's like the Boys is going for the same aim. Let's just put all the effort into this next project. I'm like, well, if that flops too, then you got 2 times over that you gotta clean up.
Right.
You gotta bring back Gen V, and then you gotta fix that last season of the Boys.
House of Dragons season 1 was great. House of Dragons season 2 was terrible. But
I've watched neither, but yeah. People like it apparently.
Oh,
So
shots
People
fired
like
on
that.
that.
You can blow something up if you got to.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah.
that was worth an explosion there. So all right,
I,
let's because all I gotta say is one word. I already know, or should I say one name? Drew's reaction. Let the people know what I'm gonna mention first before Vanessa and Daredevil, Born Again.
uh,
well, actually, no. Let's. Yeah, I'm curious. Let's go. I'm gonna reserve judgment. Let's see what's going on.
uh, in my humble opinion, they just didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to do. And same thing, they built it up just for her to die whack. I'm sorry to any spoilers on this. I couldn't help it, but
yeah, I
there,
was waiting.
I couldn't help
It's
it.
all right. Yeah. Are we all caught up before we even get further?
We should be. I mean, you still
By now
if
you have to. You're kind of messed up if you're still like lagging on Daredevil with this one.
yeah.
Sorry.
Also, you still got to see how it happens if you're interested. You know what I mean? So I won't say how it happens, but we had a problem with Vanessa going into Born Again because they made her. They just took away all her personality and her innocence from the first series, and then I don't know what they were trying to do with her, but whatever they tried to do, there was no payoff.
Disagree. I disagree.
Okay, give it to me.
Vanessa,
Tell me.
because remember how I was my biggest gripe with Daredevil Born Again was what's the payoff? They did a lot of things. They sowed a lot of seeds in the first season that I was like, okay, it's there. I don't necessarily like it, but let me see what it blooms into. They did that in the following season. I would say that most of it hit. Most of what they set up hit. Particularly, I would say with Vanessa and, well, I'd say no, across the board. I'll just say across the board. Vanessa, she was like suddenly Breaking Bad. She goes from Walter White to Heisenberg, and you have this stretch of time where I'm like, when did you even become this character? They exposit to us that she changed at some point when Wilson was gone, and she started banging, what was it, her yoga instructor? Or whatever her side guy was. And Wilson, in one of the coldest moves, put that dude in a cage and was eating pasta in front of him, talking about, an axe can be a great weapons, like a strength multiplier, some crap. He went off the charts. It sowed the idea that without Vanessa, he's as unstable as he's ever been. All right, he's at his core. While I like Kingpin as a character, he suffers from mad Pookie syndrome, and it's either his mama or his girl, which is his driving force, which makes him weak. He's a powerful guy, but he's weak because he's a big old needy's mama's boy. And when he loses that maternal figure, he spazzes out. He blacks out to where he'll have literally a fist fight with New York. This man gets into an out-and-out fist fight with the New York itself and its citizens. And Daredevil talking about Wilson, chill, homie. So it was wild. The whole last ladder of that season was wild. I enjoyed it. Them killing off Vanessa, I think, was good. To your point, Seven, I disagree. Her death made sense because that was the limiters.
Oh
That
no
was
no
the
no!
last shred of- That was him
Her death
flipping
made
out.
sense, but this build up. What I meant was like, so for instance, when she met with I think the governor, and it was kind of like, is she really with Wilson? Is she gonna try to take over the whole business? It wasn't really well defined of what they were trying to do with her. Besides the fact that
she was Icarus on that one.
right, so this is where, as far as
I
him,
can keep
totally
the
made
beast
sense.
tamed.
Say it again.
Yeah. She's on some I can keep the beast tamed. I can it's the same thing that they always fall with these chicks who fall for powerful men. With enough punani and hugs, I can make him whatever I want him to be. He'll just be a good little obedient teddy bear to me, but a dangerous grizzly bear to all of you. That didn't work out that way. Because of our man. Oddly enough, our MVP of the season, Bullseye, made sure that wasn't going down, Vanessa.
Right.
How they made you like Bullseye in this season was insane. I gotta give this show all the props for that.
That is
How
true.
did you guys do that? That was nuts. And he was like, nah, bro, Vanessa, you gotta go off the frame. You get taken off the census, and then we'll just deal with Angry Wilson after that.
Yeah.
So execution of that season, I think, was on point, Seth.
That part was good. Oh no,
I don't know.
the other parts of it was good. My biggest issue was Vanessa the drawing out with that.
It wasn't perfect.
It definitely
I
wasn't
agree. It
perfect.
wasn't perfect.
And the use of what was the character? The gentleman that passed away in real life, but also his character died.
Oh, White Tiger.
White Tiger. Um,
Yeah,
it was like his daughter going into that. It was his daughter, right?
his niece.
His
His
niece
niece. Pretty sure
stepping
it's
into
his
the
niece.
role. It would have been. I think they didn't know how far to go with that or what to do with that within the time
Well,
frame.
they're always looking to see what little spin-offs they can get out of it, what little backdoor pilots they can work in with other characters,
Right.
feeling the waters.
Right.
It's just working with what they had and what happened. It's very unfortunate that that guy passed away,
Yeah.
like right when that. But they pivoted well. You
They
know,
did.
it's sad, but it's like they were able to take something that was sad. And it's like, all right, we can kind of then dovetail this. We can kind of like relay this into a generational thing where she inherits it,
Right.
and it's this kid's coming of age type of thing.
Right.
So it worked. It worked.
Maybe they could do a
Vanessa
better
and she
job
were
than
cooked time for Ocean
Ironheart.
Turk. I still haven't watched Ironheart, but yeah, you guys come back bit by bit and give me little nuggets of just whoa with that one. Y'all apparently did not like that one very much.
No. Daredevil. Passing the baton in many ways to giving us a basically mini series of the Punisher. Did you guys get a chance to see that?
Oh, One Last Kill. Yeah, I saw it. It was. It's like There's a reason why it's only the one episode. I feel more than anything they had some action set ideas that were Punisher specific that they couldn't put into the new Spider-Man movie. So they just made a little one-off episode to just give us an excuse to showcase him being that violent.
Gotcha.
I thought it was a little much in places. The plot was rough. In parts, I'm not going to lie, I almost feel like they used AI to write this in places. With the dialogue in particular, I'm like, that doesn't sound like anything that a thinking human who knows the Punisher wrote. This sounds like either John Bernthal ad-libbing for 5 minutes, or you guys put a couple lines into an AI bot and just ran with it. So, plot was kind of It goes nowhere, but there's some cool action Punisher stuff in it. And John Bernthal needs to stop grunting and yelling so much when he's in these fight scenes. All that. I'm like, dude, I get it, man. You did that in high school, in college when you were playing ball. Chill, please. Calm down, homie.
You're gonna hate brand new day, man.
I get it. Okay.
What was your take on?
With him? Oh, with him and Karen?
Mm-hmm.
It's about right. It's kind of nothing unique or original. I thought you meant more with the fallout with him and Heather, because that was the good one.
That was the good one.
She bogged out, man. She after all that high and mighty speak season 1, I saved me. I'm like, no, now you became used. She put the mask on. She literally takes dude's mask and she's in her room, hiding in the back, talking about. That's what I liked. It was very Arkham. That was very Batman, like
Right.
Arkham City, people going crazy.
Right.
I liked what they did with her at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. And she's coming back with an attitude.
She'll be a villain in the future seasons, I'm telling you. If they keep going, she'll be back, putting her mask on, being all weird.
Now, from where
We are getting
we
season 3, right?
Yeah.
What happened?
We're getting to season 3, just no release date yet.
I'm not certain, but I wouldn't be surprised if we did. With the way that the second season ended, bro. We should.
Yeah.
We should.
Yeah, they're bringing the band back together. So you're gonna have Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, why isn't slipping?
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage.
Mike Coulter, the man
Mike Coulter.
himself, coming back as Luke Cage.
He's coming back,
Yeah.
which is good. So that is happening. It's confirmed it's happening. I'm excited for it. And I'm thinking they're gonna really give Iron Fist a chance this time.
Another chance, because they've given him 2 already. So technically 3, but yeah, they keep bringing Finn Jones back for this, and they just got to give him good fight choreography and like better lines, man. Make him fix his character. Iron Fist is not that out of a character. You just have to pick certain runs and then iterations of that character and weave that into the MCU crap. It can be done.
I think so. I think it'll be done. I'm looking forward to it. I think that the let me see, what would the challenges be? Well, the challenge would be
Challenges?
it's just honestly just good dialogue. Just give them good
I
dialogue.
mean, it's putting a show together. There's a lot of challenges, but for making
Right.
the show good, stick to what made each show like unique, what each character brought to their own show. Keep that in mind because Jessica Jones, she was like a detective. She was like a gritty detective. Luke Cage was like a urban crime drama, blaxploitation kind of angle you could go with. Luke Cage relied more on the action movie, kung fu wuxia stuff. So the show would be kind of weird and maybe disjointed in places, but if you dedicated an episode each to a specific character and then brought them together, it could be a fun little 6, 7, 8 episode run.
Now, how would, in your opinions, first of all, how did you feel with Daredevil revealing his true identity, and where do we go from there?
It was like Iron Man all over again.
It was his Iron Man scene. His I'm Iron Man scene. I thought I liked it though, just because it took the like court trial drama, and it like used the whole element of MCU and in this world that there's mass vigilantes who run around. When it came to it in courts, in a court of law, among all the other crazies with Wilson Fisk, how much more controversial would it be if we found out that the blind lawyer from Hell's Kitchen actually is to the public Daredevil? Wilson Fisk knew already, but it's like the public reaction and him proving it by throwing his little billy club and doing a whole display. I'm like, dang, this is all right. This is something. There's stuff happening here in the world of Daredevil. I dug it. I liked it. Bold move. It's breaking the status quo.
That is a bold move. But then it's
Yeah, this is Iron Man scene.
wait,
Totally
wait.
what that is.
Yeah, but where do you go from there? As far as a character,
Well,
it's like,
I mean-
everybody knows he can't be a lawyer anymore. It can't be a.
Now it's like you got to stick to your guns on that. Rely more on the comics because this has happened apparently in the comics. He's revealed his identity and people have known that Matt Murdock is Daredevil. So now it's just the idea of okay, he's both. It's just deal with it. Just like people know that Matt Murdock is Daredevil, and that means that the people that are in his personal life, all of his girlfriends, all of you that he has free floating in his life, they're at risk now. Karen doesn't care; she's already in it. So
you're a danger to everyone you care about. Just deal with it.
yeah, be a danger to everybody. You're a Daredevil. You're a danger to everybody that you know.
That's crazy. That's great, but that's what it is. That's what it is.
If that's the route that they go, I mean, I would think that if your identity gets revealed as a superhero, you get doxxed.
Right.
It's like, all right, I gotta just deal with it now. I can't undo it. I can't time travel and unmake it. So I just gotta deal with it.
Right.
And that's my question. I wonder how long it's going to last before Doomsday and all that other stuff happens. So
Oh, so you're thinking, Corey, like if they do something time wise, that'll wipe that out of existence and nobody remembers it. Daredevil. That sucks. Stick to your guns. I'd be irritated if they do that. Don't be
Because
weak. Don't be a wuss. Stick to your gun. Deal with it.
we've already been there with Iron Man. We kind of got there with Spider-Man. Why do it again for a third time? I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Spider-Man did it, and everybody forgot who he was. Fair enough, because Tom Holland's Spider-Man had training wheels. He had a complete scholarship from Iron Man for his superhero stuff. So you don't have any friendly neighborhood Spider-Man stuff, but now we do because they wiped out that nobody knows who he is. Nobody knows who Spider-Man is Peter Parker. So
Now, did you guys see Mandalorian and Grogu?
I did not.
Yes, it did.
I didn't. Not yet. I want
Okay.
to, but not yet.
And
Okay, I'll be careful.
Be careful, but is this a yay, nay? Like, what are we talking about here?
It's a yay for me. It's a good family film. You could take the kids to go see this one. It's not amazing, but it is like action packed. It does keep the momentum going. It is, I would say though, it's the season of Mandalorian and Grogu that we should have gotten too. It's like what we signed up for are the adventures of the dude Mando and our boy and our kid.
That's
So
fair.
I think that they should have just named the child, kept the child, or called him the kid, since it's a space western. But
Right.
let's name him Grogu.
Well, I guess they had to make
Okay.
that distinction because everyone wanted Yoda
Ba-
back, and that
Baby
was
Yoda, right?
yeah.
Baby Yoda, but yeah, that's the nickname. That's like the fan name for him, but that's not his in canon name. His in canon name was the child because we didn't know who he was. But if he was going to go with him developing his Jedi powers and he starts, slinging force bolts and stuff, he's the kid.
But that's what I'm saying. That would have caused more confusion because it would have just continued to be Baby Yoda. Like people wouldn't have made that distinction that this is a completely different entity.
Yes, they would have. They did that in season one. He's just the kid. He's not Yoda. He's the kid. He's the child. They were already doing that in season one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Season one, everyone thought I thought it was Baby Yoda. Everyone thought it was Baby Yoda. It
I
was the
thought, well,
child, but we were like, just call him Baby Yoda.
I
Like, no,
think
this
that's
is
more a
cool.
product of the year in the era because there's always the issue of at what point in the Star Wars canon is this taking place? Is this pre-Empire? Is this post-Empire? Is this during the war? So when you realize this is after the war, after Luke Skywalker takes out Palpatine, or Darth Vader took out Palpatine rather, it's that period where there's an empire, but there's only remnants of it, and Yoda's already around.
But
So
then
it's
we
not
got
baby Yoda.
we got Palpatine never died, so then it could have been like the same thing.
You can blame those other newer movies on that one that people
Right.
apparently hate more than even the prequels.
That's true.
So that is what that is. That gets to be what that is.
And then why couldn't Yoda, with the Jedi Force, spread his particles everywhere and then bring his particles back as a baby?
Oh, like on some reincarnation stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe, but it gets a little
Gets a little.
off into the weeds even for the force power stuff. I just like the idea that he's one of Yoda's like race, species, whatever they are, but he's just young. He's a baby.
So we got 3 minutes left, so got to get your reaction on this since we're talking about Star Wars. Alkalite. There's all these rumors of the producer, whoever, the director wants to do a season 2. And I'm like, yeah.
Every 6 months to a year, somebody, not saying you necessarily Seven, somebody will bring up Acolyte because as if to breathe life into it. Let that stay in its grave. Let the fight team let the fight team that did the actions, like the lightsaber action sequences for that, let them work on another Darth Maul series.
Right.
Okay? We can get something good out of that, and then let Acolyte be in the grave. Let it die. Let it die. Jesus.
Yeah. I was like, do we have to? I mean, I know even with Scary Movie, there was a backlash, and so they just leaned into it. Like, oh, we're unapologetic, and they use that in their marketing, which I think is brilliant. And this one made more money. Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll save that for a next conversation. We have enough for another show, right? Yeah, we can start there. All right, so thank you, everybody. GeekCaster.com, Gotham City Outpost, shout out. Of course, Drew, Corey, thank you so much. I'm Seven. If you're checking us on YouTube, that's great. If you're watching us on cable, please take the time to go to GeekCaster.com. Check out the other shows, support us, follow us on YouTube. We really appreciate your support. And we're doing it. This is what we're about. This is what we love. Hopefully we save you some money and save you time, which is priceless, on things you should watch, shouldn't watch, or maybe you should do laundry while you're watching it. Either way, we thank you very much. You're watching GeekCaster, and we're out.